Hello, my name is Caleb from Vista Ascent Solutions, and today I will be going over how to install the Layer 7 API Gateway in a Kubernetes configuration. Before we get started, there are a few prerequisites you will need to have. The first prerequisite is that you will need a Layer 7 API Gateway license. You will also need a Kubernetes configuration already set up. In my example, I'll be using Amazon's EKS. Along with Kubernetes, you are going to need kubectl and Helm installed to help with the installation of the gateway. So with getting started, here I am in a terminal, and you can see here I have Kubernetes set up and already set up in an environment. So to get started, you will want to get the Helm repo and add it. So I am here on the Layer 7 APIs, Layer 7 APIM charts. And from here, I'm just going to copy through this. So we're going to add the chart. And it'll say I've already added it. Next, we are going to Helm repo update it. It's just updating the repo to make sure everything is up to date. And as you can see, it already is. And now, with all that set up, we are going to install it. So to install, here is the default install command. I'll go ahead and put it out here for you. It is just a regular Helm install, and you're going to set the license value to your license.xml. So in my case, it would just be this. And with that, you would be able to enter and the gateway would be installed. However, this is using Layer 7's default configurations, and Layer 7 and Vista Ascent both highly recommend that you go through the actual values.yaml that the gateway uses as defaults and figure out what you actually need to modify and install using the modified values file. So in my folder here, I have my gateway license as well as a myvalues.yaml. And you can see here in the GitHub repo, under the gateway charts, they have a value.yaml as well. And this is all of the Layer 7 API Gateway's default values for their gateway. And so you can go through this, read what you need. I already have what I need, and so I will go ahead and just show it off in my values.yaml. We can see here, I'll scroll up to the very top. So in my values.yaml, I have a lot of stuff commented out, and that is all for future tutorials that we'll be going over. So auto scaling, resource limiting, multiple replicas, everything like that will be future tutorials on different things you can do with a Kubernetes gateway. What you'll want to focus on is under management. You'll want to make sure it is enabled, and you'll want to make sure you have a default username and password for your admin account set up to whatever you need. For my example, I'm keeping it simple. And then also, for my example, I am disabling the database. So it is an ephemeral gateway that will not hold on to anything. By default, the gateway is automatically enabled with a database and is enabled to create a database. And in certain scenarios, if you do not have a Kubernetes environment that has storage set up for a database to be created in, then it will fail and you will not be able to spin up a gateway, and it will not really give you a proper reason why. If you do have a need for a database, we recommend that you set up your own database and enter in the URL and credentials yourself. Then here at the bottom for configuration, this is all of the configuration regarding OpenTelemetry. That again will be another video that we'll be going over with OpenTelemetry in the gateway and how to properly use it in the different form factors. So with my values explained, all we'll need to do is we will need to go up to the Helm install, and here all we need to do is set the license path. So my license is in my root folder, and then all I need is add a file, and it'll be myvalues.yaml. So when I hit enter, you can see here it will pop up saying my gateway has been deployed and installed. So if I do kubectl get all, you can see I have a gateway pod. Oops. I have a gateway pod that is getting created. I have a policy manager pod, which is to access the policy manager. This is just a pod that will help with the load balancing for the policy manager specifically. You can see my SSG gateway service on a load balancer with a URL, as well as my gateway policy manager with its own URL. And so with that, you can also do kubectl logs -l app equals -ssg gateway and follow. And you can see here the gateway is getting spun up with the logs getting sent real time for you. And with that, I will get back to you whenever it is done getting set up. All right, so it has been about a minute or two now, and my gateway has been fully set up. So as you can see, if I get all, you will see now it says at the top, my gateway pod is ready. So all I need to do now is I will copy the URL for my policy manager. I will go into my policy manager itself, admin, I'll enter the URL with port 943 at the end. We'll give it a second. It will ask if this is the correct host name. I'll say yes. And you can see the gateway will now open up, and the policy manager will show the empty gateway that I've created. And real quick, I will publish just a quick catch-all just to show that the gateway is actually up and running. So if I go through and return template response, and then say this gateway is working. Okay, save and activate. And now I'll go back to my kubectl. I will yank the URL for my actual gateway. I'll copy it. In here, HTTPS port 8443. I'll get a invalid certificate error. I'll just continue anyways, and you can see this gateway is working. So, as you can see, the gateway is up and running, and I'm able to access it. So, with that, we have successfully installed the Layer 7 API Gateway in a Kubernetes environment. So, once your gateway is up and running, in the future, if you ever need to update it, either the gateway version or if you need to change some of the configuration values, all you'll need to do is go back to that Helm install, but instead of running install, all you need to do is do a Helm upgrade. And you'll want to make sure you set your value file, and when you enter, you'll just get a quick pop-up saying that the gateway deployment has been upgraded. And with that, it will automatically run through the updates as needed. And with that, we have successfully installed the Layer 7 API Gateway in a Kubernetes form factor. Again, my name is Caleb with Vista Sun Solutions, and I hope that this video was informational for you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with anyone else that may be interested. And I hope that I'll be able to see you again. Thank you and have a great day.